Dear viewers, imagine you enter a town in America where a fire is still burning underground. The roads are almost empty. No traffic, no busy stores, no children playing outside, just trees, abandoned spaces, and an eerie silence. But beneath your feet, something unbelievable is happening. Deep underground, a fire has been burning for decades. Welcome to Centralia, Pennsylvania, one of America's strangest and most mysterious abandoned towns. Today, we're taking a virtual tour through this forgotten place, discovering what happened here, why thousands of people left, and why the fire beneath Centralia still refuses to die. So buckle up, because this is not an ordinary American town. This is Centralia. Now we are entering the empty town. As our car slowly enters Centralia, the first thing we notice is the silence. At one time, this was a normal American mining town. Families lived here. Children went to school. Businesses lined the streets. People went to work and returned home every day. But today, most of that world is gone. As we drive deeper into town, large areas of trees and vegetation appear where houses once stood. Some roads remain. Some streets still have names, but the neighborhoods that once surrounded them almost completely disappeared. And now comes the question, why did so many people leave?
The answer is hidden beneath the ground, the fire beneath Centralia. In 1962, a fire began in the Centralia area. What seemed like an ordinary fire eventually reached underground coal deposits and mine workings. And then, something extraordinary happened. The fire moved underground. Instead of simply burning out, it continued spreading through the coal beneath the town. Imagine standing on an ordinary street while a massive underground fire is slowly moving beneath you. That's what makes Centralia so unusual. The fire wasn't simply visible on the surface. It was hidden deep underground, continuing to burn for decades. Walking through the empty town. Now let's continue our journey. As we travel through Centralia, we see empty spaces where houses once stood. Roads lead toward areas that no longer contain neighborhoods. Trees now cover land that was once occupied by families. It's difficult to imagine that this quiet landscape was once a functioning community. But the underground fire created serious dangers. There were concerns about dangerous gases, unstable ground, and sudden ground collapse. Eventually, many residents were relocated. Now we reach one of the most disturbing chapters in Centralia's story. In 1981, a young boy named Todd Domboski fell into a suddenly opening sinkhole in his grandmother's backyard. He survived by grabbing onto a tree root. The incident shocked the community and demonstrated just how unpredictable the ground could become in an area affected by underground mining and fire. Centralia was no longer simply an unusual town.
It had become a place where the ground itself could be dangerous. Smoke rising from the ground. The landscape looks peaceful, but underneath it lies a completely different world of underground tunnels, coal seams, heat, and fire. And that's what makes Centralia so fascinating. Above the ground, everything seems quiet. Below it, the story is completely different. Why didn't authorities simply dig down and extinguish the fire? The problem was the enormous scale and complexity of the underground mine system. Completely excavating or isolating such a fire would be extremely expensive and technically difficult. Various efforts were made to control the fire, but the underground network made the situation incredibly complicated. Eventually, relocating residents became the more practical solution for many areas. And slowly, Centralia became a town without most of its people. But here's where the story becomes even more interesting. Centralia did not completely disappear. A small number of residents continued living in the area, even after most of the community had left. So this isn't simply an abandoned movie set. There are still traces of real life here. A few properties, a few roads, and a history that refuses to disappear. The mystery that never ends. Standing here at the end of our tour, one question keeps coming back. How can a fire continue for so many decades? The Centralia mine fire has become one of the longest-running underground fires in the United States, and from the surface, nobody can fully understand what is happening beneath the ground. That's what makes Centralia so mysterious. There is no supernatural explanation needed. The real story is already strange enough. A town was slowly emptied because the earth beneath it caught fire, and that fire continued burning. So, if you ever had the chance to visit a place like Centralia, would you take the tour? Or would you stay far away from a town where the ground itself has a secret? Let me know in the comments, and subscribe the channel for more interesting videos.